The Ice Reaper TCC, here we go. This one is very different. No extreme version this time. And I'm gonna be honest, I think we at Dystopia should have taken a page out of their playbook for this one, because I think we kind of screwed up with our version of this, because we... this one actually allows you to bring friends. I can't remember the last time the TCC did that. So, I don't know, that should say something, because this is pretty rough. I mean, I tested as much as I could with our version of it, and then I don't know where the game decided to just go down for a whole day with that random emergency maintenance. So that cut into testing time. It got to a point where it's like, alright, this is... The day is drawing near where summon boards are on the way. No one's going to give a crap about these challenges when there's summon boards to grind. So, you know what? We have to just release the ideas that we have. I wish we could have tested more, but wasn't in the cards, so we went for it. And it's definitely doable, but I haven't seen anyone do it without Realm on the team, which is the kind of thing that I wanted to avoid with these challenges, where if you don't have one character, you're just screwed. I think it is possible without her, but you're not going to have a good time. It's definitely not easy. So, I don't know. Mistakes were made. I gotta just admit that outright. But we were put in a weird position, because with this one, they don't really have... There's not really a lot of, like, viable ice users out there. I mean, there's a few, but the big problem with this is you want your ice to hit everybody, to just stop both orbs at once. Single target ice damage is not the way to go. I mean, it's possible, sure, but it's going to be rough if you do it that way. So, yeah, it threw us for a loop, that's for sure. So, it was definitely a learning experience. So, there's that. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. In the future, I would like to test more than I had been. I mean, with the other ones, I tested them a ton. But then again, that maintenance kind of put me in a weird spot. And another thing, this is what I was struggling with as far as putting our challenge together. So we had, like I said, the viable ice users. Cater is one of the most viable ones. And if it weren't for how busted her mechanics are, she would have been allowed. But her in this fight just makes it so you really don't have to worry about anything. She could probably solo this. I mean, maybe damage output would be an issue, I don't know, but... And it would be RNG oriented, you know, if they hit her once, she's dead, pretty much, especially with that yellow aura, but even so, her mechanics are so busted. We've all seen Cater solos. We know she can solo all kinds of stuff. But, okay, look, they're in this yellow aura here, which is usually just a wipe, but they just miss Cater, and then she counters him with ice, so that resets the orb. She's dodging everything. I don't know, it just kind of seemed like allowing her would have made this not much of a challenge, especially if people were bringing Cater and Realm. It would have been rough. So what these guys did was they just banned them both. I think this was a smarter decision. They just banned them both, Cater and Realm, but the extracurricular conditions weren't as strict. Like, look, we have Chocobo is not here, and we have a friend, which is something that we don't have. We do allow people to use whatever summon, but no friend unit, which definitely makes it harder. So like I said, lesson learned. But enough about our thing. Let's get into this one. Basch is very key here. One thing I noticed in testing this, I'll go back and forth between ours and this because they're similar. Yeah, one thing I noticed in testing this, half the battle is the first few turns, because they'll just crack you open if you don't have a way to protect yourself. That AoE back-to-back that they do is pretty terrible. So Basch is perfect. And we needed some ice, obviously, so we have Onion Boy here. His C65 is really helpful for pulling off stuff like this, because he just enchants the rest of your team. It's not going to help Vivi, but that does mean that with Onion Knight C65 active, that enchants Basch with ice, so that way whenever he reapplies the shields, he's also freezing the orb. So it really made it so we didn't have to worry about the orb much at all, just for the fact that Onion Knight is here. Damage-wise, this is all Vivi. Vivi's doing basically all of the damage here, and it's more than enough. One thing that can be awkward is with Vivi and Basch on the same team. With Doomsday, Embers of Darkness, it can put Basch under that 50 HP threshold, which means that you can put Basch in a position where he could actually get killed, which is no good. So you really have to watch where your health is. Excuse me. You really have to watch where Basch's health is if you have Vivi on the team. And at the same time, making sure the shields stay up. I think there's one point in this where I lose one of the target locks, and they like break on Unite or something, but it was nothing threatening. I just saw that one of them shifted focus and went, oh, I gotta put those back up. But I'm also thinking, is my health okay? Do I have to heal right now too because of Vivi? So it's awkward, but it can definitely be done. As far as good tanks to pair Vivi with, I would say Warrior of Light's the best one, because he just makes it so no one can get hit anyway. It's not like you take the HP damage and then heal it up like Basch does. It's just, if the shield's strong enough, you just don't take damage. So Vivi and the Warrior of Light are a perfect pairing, if you ask me. But this works too. Obviously couldn't bring Warrior of Light here. He's banned. Synergy, duh. He would also make this fight not threatening. He does that to a lot of fights. That's just what it's. That's the Warrior of Light we've all come to know and love. He just keeps you safe. You see what I'm talking about? They're getting to the 50% mark. Close to it anyway. And okay, that orb is at what? 14 turn? Yeah. That orb has barely moved. All because of Onion Knight and his enchanting. Very helpful. Not sure how necessary that was. You still had a few turns left on it, but whatever works, I guess. You know what I was thinking there? I'll just throw it up before I forget to. Even if that wasn't the opportune moment, it was just, I know I'll forget, so I'll press it. You definitely take a lot of breaks in this, but not enough to really matter. Turns were alright. And that's mainly because of Vivi's damage. I mean, look, they're almost halfway there, and we're not even at 50 turns yet. Perfect. Keep the health up. Yeah, like I said, moving forward with Dystopia challenges, I'm definitely going to keep it in mind that LUFENIA is a very different animal. I have mentioned this before, but we started making these at like the weirdest time ever. Not really the best time. I mean, we started it at the tail end of Chaos. We had already had Chaos figured out and like how we're supposed to do these. So making challenges for that wasn't so bad because it was stuff we were all used to doing. So it was like right when we got to learning how to even make challenges, we get a brand new difficulty that completely changes the game. So it was like, oh, okay. And the other challenges were fine, but this one, it's just that ice orb really just puts a damper on so many other options. I mean, the fact that you only get 3 characters, you're gonna need some kind of tanking here, otherwise you're screwed. So I don't know, this is a weird one to make a challenge for. I'll just say that. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, not much worry of death, even though our health is very low. As long as you keep Basch healthy, it just isn't a problem. That's why he's always banned in our challenges and the TCCs, because he's like the ultimate survivability cheese. He really is. But it makes sense why he was allowed here. And in retrospect, maybe we should have allowed him to. Because if that orb goes off, all the buffs get dispelled anyway and you're dead. So Basch isn't really going to help you with that. Basch is really there to just help all the other stuff. Like the beginning, that weight aura they do, Basch is wonderful for all that stuff. But for the orb, he doesn't help at all. That damage, it never stops. Gotta heal up. Looking back at this, I should have summoned there, I think. Because look, now, yeah, because now he goes into that weight aura. So yeah, I should have summoned a turn earlier. It means we gotta trudge through this summon with the damage reduction up, which is not ideal. But Vivi doesn't care much about damage reduction. He still hits like a freight train. With this, yeah, I mean, you can see it's cut a little bit, but he's still getting the job done. Okay, Onion, you have served your purpose. Let's bring in this alt costume Vivi. Thanks to Crispy Gaming. This is actually his Vivi. He makes DFFOO content too. Go check him out. Nice guy. So now it's really just a matter of time. Of killing them before the orb goes off. Which, with 2 Vivis, yeah, that's not going to be a problem. I should have waited for that to go away before I use double fire. It's alright though. All healed up, nothing to worry about. This is interesting right here. So they do brave hits to everybody, but because they miss Basch, no HP damage happens. That was interesting to see. So this is his last turn of Embers of Darkness. The last one. Might as well get the break order right. There we go. My Vivi is gonna have like 77 health or something. 87 health. Nope, a little less. 74 health. Still going strong. Alright, not so bad with that setup. TCC done. Beautiful. Alright, what's done is done. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for watching.